boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a bliss. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a bliss. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is my weapon.
The other kids, right? If they trying to play in the middle of the street, right? And your kids say, Dad, can I go play in the middle of the street with them? Right? Who's gonna be your primary main concern? Your kid first. You might go out there and just try to get them all out the street, but your main concern as a father is gonna be your kids. That's the type of relationship God has with the Israelites, because the Israelites are the children of God. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 8. Where the Most High divided every nation.
When the Most High did what?
Where the Most High divided a nation.
So when God divided the nations, because a lot of people will say, damn, we're teaching division. By us saying that we're better than everybody else, we're teaching division. Well, in the beginning, God is the one that divided the nations, right? When he created man, he could have easily gave us all one language. He could have easily gave us all one culture. He could have easily made us all the same. But God did not do that. He did the opposite. He divided the nations, right? Read.
The inheritance. When he separated the sons of Adam.
When he did what?
When he separated the sons of Adam.
He separated the sons of Adam. Read.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
And he separated us all according to the Israelites, man. God is the one that taught this, man. So we're not the same as the other people, man. You know what I mean? That's why many of the things that we go through, like I was teaching to somebody, like a sister earlier, right? Yeah. The way his people sees America and the way your people see America is two different types of America. Like, for example, where are you from?
Actually, I'm from Denmark.
You're from Denmark?
From Europe, yeah.
You're from Europe. Okay. Now.
I just came here today.
You just came here today. Yeah. Now, how do you see, like, the Danish people, right? How do you see America?
It's a very complicated...
Give me a description of the country.
Okay, a description of the country. It is a very complicated country with a lot of minorities combined in one. It's like a lot of different cultures that came a long time ago, and now it is just one big country of those cultures together. Also, yeah, of course, that's actually how we see Americans. Yeah, that's probably.
Now, when you come to America, what about the wealth of the country? How do you view the wealth of the country? Because obviously, when we see America, we think of the hoods.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the hoods?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, what do you think about the
movies and stuff like that.
Oh, you seen what? You said what?
I've seen a lot of movies.
Okay, there you go.
Like I know these.
He's seen Power. You feel me? You see what's that movie? BG. No. He's seen the movie Blue Hill. He's seen all of the movies about our people. But to him, it's like in a movie, right?
Yeah. No. I know the separations.
I know. But to you've seen all of that in movies, right?
Yeah.
We live it. We see it. You know, when you see like rappers like Kodak Black, you see Little Yachty, you see all these different rappers and stuff. Their communities, they come from hoods.
Definitely.
But you've seen it in a movie. We live it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. The way they see this country and the way we see the country is two different things, man. Because our people is really suffering in this country, man.
Yeah,
they're constantly killing us. They're constantly locking us up. They're constantly putting drugs in our community. They're constantly using the media, the TV, to portray us as like a negative, bad people all the time, right? But for other races of people, they don't do that. They don't do that to the Chinese. They don't do that to the Arabs. They don't do that to other Europeans.
That's actually true.
What? That's actually what?
If they do it to the Chinese, it'll be a character.
But we have never heard about.
You said
it'll be a mockery of what we are.
Yeah, and we have never heard any bad things about the Chinese and stuff like that.
There you go. You see, that's the spirit.
We see it in the movies. But we also know this. We also think people know that there's a lot of focus about like degrading the black people.
Degrading what?
Black people.
And why is that?
Because I don't know why it's that.
Okay.
You can tell me.
You hit it on the head, man. Give me the book of, for example, Amos 21. Because the so-called black people that you see in this country, they're not just regular black people. We didn't just come out of the backwoods of Africa. We're the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, not the lost tribes of Israel, but
the lost tribes of Israel. Our ancestors, our fathers, before they were brought to this country in slavery, they came from Israel.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Let me show you something. Give me the read. Amos 3:1.
Book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you,
Uh-huh.
O children of Israel.
Okay, so we're reading the Bible. The Bible is addressing one group of people, the Jews, the Israelites, right? Like the apostles in the New Testament, Jesus Christ, they were Jews, right? Okay, read.
Against the whole family, which I have brought up from the land
So
of
God
Egypt,
has always had a special relationship with this one race of people. Read.
saying, you only have I known
You what?
You only have I known.
Read.
of all the families of the earth.
So of all the different races and cultures of man, God said he only really knows the Jews as his special chosen people. Read.
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Therefore what?
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So God said he's going to punish them and put them in a low state for their sins, for us breaking God's commandments. Give me the book of Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. Verse 15 and then 68. So we're going to go into the scriptures because God put specific curses on his people, the Jews, to be low, to always be trodden down, to be persecuted, and have a negative image on this earth, right? God did that spiritually, right? As a punishment for his people. So all these different things that you've heard about of amongst our people is a result of what's written about in the scriptures. 15, read.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So have you ever heard of Moses? Yeah. Okay. So Moses, when he delivered the Jews from Egypt as slaves, God made a covenant through Moses with them, right? And then they agreed that they would keep that covenant, but they did not. They kept sinning against God. They kept walking away and not obeying his word. So therefore, God put curses upon them. He poured a bad image on the people. He had other races of people oppress them over time, and that just kept happening up until today, in the year 2023. Right? Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I commanded this day. That all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
All these what?
All these curses.
Because those are curses. We're going to read curses in the Bible. Read.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now give me verse 37.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
So the scripture says that Jews, the Israelites, will become an astonishment. Now, when people think of his people, God's chosen people, they're going to be like, dang, those black people, damn, drugs, damn, getting locked up in prison. Because that negative image that the world has about our people in the United States is due to us being curses of people. Right? Read.
A proverb.
A what?
A proverb and a byword among all nations.
Among what?
Among all nations.
You said it yourself. You live in Denmark. You grew up in Denmark, right? But you heard about the suffering of our people in this country, man. So that's what it is in in China, in Japan, in Russia. They see the stereotypes that's on our people, that we have people suffering, and they're like, wow, why are they suffering so terribly in this country? It's because we're the children of God. It's just we've been cursed by our God for disobeying his commandments. Give me verse 54.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you.
For example, you see sometimes in the movie, you see many black men stealing from each other, killing each other, murdering each other, right? There's a lot of movies like that. There's a lot of series like that. Right? That's a curse according to the scriptures. Read.
And very delicate.
Right?
His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Now his eye is going to be evil towards his brother, meaning that we would hate each other for no reason. We would do these things to each other. Read.
And to the wife, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall leave.
And another stereotype is that the black man is never raising his home, right? The black man is never in his household raising his family. He's always getting with a woman, leaving children, and then running away and going somewhere else.
milk.
Huh?
The milk.
Yeah. The same. Yeah, that's a common stereotype. But those are curses according that would happen to the real Jews, the real Israelites, for disobeying God's commandments. Right? Verse 64.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people.
The Lord shall scatter us. During slavery, we're scattered to Canada, we're scattered to Central America, we're scattered 68.
Verse 68.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So God said that he's going to bring the Israelites again into Egypt and in slavery in ships. Our ancestors came to these countries in slave ships, right? Read.
By the whereof I speak unto thee,
Uh-huh.
thou shalt see it no more again.
Uh-huh.
And there he shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
And who are sold as slaves in these different countries, right? Read.
And no man shall buy you.
Now, the many things that I read to you in the scriptures in the book of Deuteronomy are curses. These things would happen to the descendants, the children of the Jews. So now, if this happened to us, what would that make us? It would make us a chosen one, because these things are only supposed to happen to the Jews. So that's why you see so many so-called African Americans in the United States on the corners saying that we're the real Jews. We're the God's chosen people, right? In the book of Jeremiah 17:4. The reason why we do it is because spiritually, according to prophecy, we are. Okay.
That's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
I haven't thought about that.
You never thought about it, but God is the one that's doing that. He's the one that's putting the spirit out there for His people to raise up on this earth.
Yes.
So as time keeps going forward, more of our people is going to claim their heritage to come back. God is the one that's sending the spirit to bear witness that we are the Israelites on this earth. Read.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4.
Read.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage.
So the scripture says the real Jews, the Israelites, would stop their heritage. They would stop calling themselves Jews once they go into slavery. They would stop claiming their heritage once they were oppressors of the people. And that's what happened to our people. Read.
That I shall Book of Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And he will cause you to do what?
To serve thy enemy in the land
you were forced
that
to
you know
serve
not.
our enemies in this land, right? We're forced to serve another people, another race of people for hundreds and hundreds of years, man. You know, that's really the summary of what we are here to do. But I'm just glad that God, put it in your spirit to stop and be a witness to show that what we're teaching here is the truth, according to the scriptures. We're not making it up. Because you say in Denmark, you're like, man, you watch the movies, you're like, man, is this really happening? Does this actually it does happen? Yeah. A lot of these things do happen in this country. But you gotta, when you go back to Denmark, you gotta take it back over there and say, man, I met the real Israelites over there in Denmark.
Can I take a picture with you?
You wanna take a picture
Yeah,
with
of course, with all of you. Then I can show it to my friends and tell them about it.
Soldiers beside me, standing in all black with them shields on post, watching, they all my brothers.
Gold is precious, but loyalty is private. Harm on the mind might leave you like